Alright, this is my end of course reflection video. I'm going to pull those questions back up real quick because I forget them already. What was the most challenging part of the course and how did you overcome it? What did you learn from the course? I'm going to start with that one. I like that one more. What did you learn from the course? Okay. We learned a heck of a lot. This course we learned camera workflow in Unreal Engine, setting up shots, different camera settings, adjusting that for what you need, focal length, aperture, the influence that has on a shot, camera angles, how to approach things, different shot angles like dirty, over the shoulder, tracking a character, the 180 rule, lots of camera related terminology and techniques. We also learned how to import assets from the Fab store into a project, which is quite fascinating. I've done things like that in the past for various softwares, but I haven't delved into Fab, and there's actually some really cool stuff in there. Not only importing the characters, but the fact that they contain subfolders with animations, FX, different skins, things like that. Exploring an approach in a project like that where the assets are provided and then you can just focus on the artistic side of things, also the technical side of things. It's a balance, is it not? That was fun for this month for sure. Some other things that I learned how to create a contact sheet in Nuke. Not something that I had done before, but definitely interesting, like being able to look at everything instead of shot by shot by shot, just like a little thumbnail. You can see the coloring, the texture, the volumetric, fog, lighting, really look at everything. So that was fun. I learned a lot. I also, apart from the course material tutorial videos, learned a lot about color coding and like DaVinci Resolve. Learned about things like trimming shots and creating animated keys, blending those keys together and make them smoother. Really making sure that the animation doesn't look choppy or stop motion-esque. Talk about the process and your technical and artistic approach used to achieve the task. So my process and my technical artistic approach. Okay, so my process for this month was absorb as much information as you can in the beginning, carrying over what you've learned from before, understanding what you're able to do and how it is applicable. Only then did I decide, okay, I will take what I know, I will apply it once I get the foundations set, meaning once the characters are imported into the scene and I have a general idea of the project concept and how it's supposed to be structured, limits, things that are wanted. Like we had that whole video of like expectations or like guidelines to follow. So my whole process was understanding the technical aspects, cameras, animating, how to do it in Unreal in general, and then understanding the guidelines, I guess, the structure that was required, and then artistically just like kind of going through it, applying the cameras, picking the angles, trying to tell my own story with those cameras, telling a story with the character's animation. So I would say it's a lot easier having the available assets to be able to do so. So that's what was nice about this month. To be able to express myself artistically through camera angles, pushing the story by adding in VFX, and then also just like sometimes it's fun to like do the technical stuff too. Source inspiration from like other videos, other people who are also online teaching similar things. So yeah, I think learned quite a bit. I'm sure I covered most of it. And then what was the most challenging part of the course and how did you overcome it? Okay, the most challenging part of the course for me um, wasn't the course structure at all. It was actually my personal approach to the course structure. So I found a different way to do a lot of different things, and I experimented incredibly too much with that. Did learn a lot. I found which method I prefer to use. However, troubleshooting things, problem solving things, when you learn a new way or you're trying something new, um, you gotta account for that back end part of things too, which I did not, and that kind of conflicted with submission dates and this and that. And since it's a technical course, if you get behind on something, it kind of just snowballs into a whole thing. So going forward, I will have to be more mindful of that. Um, Also, another um, conflict with that is that pushing everything off, um, just saying like, okay, I've got a little bit more time, I can really sit with this and play with it, and then finally achieving that, and then all of a sudden the next assignment's like almost due, and just not planning, I guess, not prioritizing the deadline dates and really sticking to something like that, meeting the requirements of the assignment submissions, and then going back with what free time I have later to tweak things, alter things, learn things. Like, just stick to the structure. Be my approach going forward for sure. All in all, it was a really good month. I had a lot of fun. Um, I'm excited to go back and tweak a few things to add this to my demo reel. And then also I'm also incredibly excited to dive back into Fab and start making my own things, my own scenes, integrating different things, maybe modeling things. I don't know. Lots of fun stuff. So looking forward to next month. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.